Vicki D from 5 Dog Farm. Today is pressure washing and wrapping another IBC. We are getting the guinea coop IBCs in order. I want all of them wrapped. I've done one. What do I mean by wrapped? Black plastic, wrapped them in black plastic. Why? Well, what we've learned is the sun does a real number on IBCs. Whatever little bits and pieces of items that get in there, it photosynthesizes, we get green algae, and it makes for a goopy, yucky residue mess. So what I want to do is avoid extra work because we have enough work to do. And that's one of the cool things about living this kind of lifestyle. It's constant learning. You know, when we first got the IBCs, we were just so excited. Oh boy, we're going to be able to contain water. Look at that. And of course we have. It's been great, but then there's the next step. And right now I'm taking it with every one that we have because they just get so green so quickly. It's not a perfect science. It's not perfectly wrapped. And I'm a person, I love wrapping Christmas gifts. I do. I theme it every year. Sometimes I'll just do craft paper and decorate with pine cones or things that I find around. Other times it's the same kind of paper, maybe reindeer or whatever. But I love wrapping, and I like neat edges and neat corners. And I'm sort of learning to let go of some of these things, doing what we're doing. So I could give you measurements and everything, but to be honest, everyone has taken a kind of a different amount. Some of the IBCs are shaped a little bit differently than others. I've used all the way from 10 by 14 pieces of black plastic to 10 by 12. The smaller the better, it's a better savings, but you really just need to undo the IBC, roll out your black tarp, or I'm sorry, your black plastic, and roll with it. And it is like wrapping a gift, and sometimes you get too much on one end, you know, those gifts that go wrong. And you just cut it off and you work with it. Tools of the trade for this, I spray with flat black spray paint around the top where the cap goes, because I don't want any sun getting in through the cap area. You have to have that cut, obviously, to access the water. And if you don't spray it, it stays that opaque-y thing. But I don't want any opportunity for sun to get in. And when you use an IBC, if you have it, and this is your first time, you have to undo the cap. Some caps are solid. Some caps have a small opening in them, and I'll show you a picture of the two later so you see. The ones with the small opening are great because you open that and you reduce any suction that you would have. If you don't open the cap and you're emptying water out at a certain point, you are going to cave in your IBC. It will actually suck down from the pressure of pulling that out and not giving any air back to not have that happen. So I spray that. I also spray the spigot area because the spigot area on an IBC is concave. You can't wrap concave. So I cut it as best I can. I tape it back inside, but I've already sprayed that concave area black so that the sun can't penetrate through there either. Those are really the two areas that I take care of. Can you spray paint a whole IBC? Sure. However, the black plastic is cheaper to do, and if you move your IBCs, we do, you get scratches. I don't have time to clean up little things. I'm usually chasing bigger fires. Also, throughout the season, you get swelling and compressing of the plastic, and it's going to crack the spray. I don't care how good it is. I don't care if it's a plastic spray. In time, you're going to have cracks and things. I didn't want to deal with that. I felt the plastic was a better deal financially, and I felt it was going to be longer lasting. So those are the reasons I went with plastic, but you know, if you want to spray paint them, go for it. I use black Gorilla Tape just because I don't want to see a bunch of silver tape or any other color. I just want it to be all black and pretty and organized. That's me. So I find Gorilla Tape is amazing. The hold on this is fantastic. It doesn't let go, so I love that. A pair of scissors, cut everything, and then you'll need an Allen wrench, and this is the star bit. It's a T40. I got these at Harbor Freight for a song. And the screws in our particular IBCs, the T40 star bit fits. And then we borrowed this from the kids. This is their little battery-powered pressure washer because Mr. Blue Jeans and I are in the middle of reviewing inexpensive plug-in pressure washers, but they had a battery-powered one, and we've used it before. It works great. So that's how we clean out the inside. A little bit of bleach, get some pressure washing going in there, get all the gunk out, and then wrap it. So that's my morning this morning. Let's get to cleaning. So you've cleaned out your IBC. Next, I go ahead and spray it. As I had mentioned, I spray around the valve and around the top because I don't want any type of sunlight to get inside. So that's what we're going to do next. This is that real touchy spot that's concave. And the first one I did, I tried to wrap all the way, and it just didn't work. So it's just much easier to go ahead and spray it. That's a first coat. I'll probably do 3 coats, but let me show you the other side. So same thing here. The nice thing is, when it's out of the cage and it's empty, it's easy to handle. Alright, so that's our first coat here too. One other thing I didn't mention is when you take these crossbars out, I like to put them back because what I don't want to have happen when I fill this with water over time, I would fear that this would expand. I've seen some YouTube channels where people have these and haven't had them in the cage, and the actual shape of the IBC sort of starts to get blobby. It can't support itself, which is why they're in a cage. So I want to put all the support back I can. I want these to last for as long as possible. Now obviously when it's wrapped, this is a hole with a bar over the top. You know, how am I going to get that through? It's got plastic. So what I've started doing is just taking some wire cutters or whatever kind of cutters you have available and cutting that bar off. That way, when I wrap it, the bar will just seat right down over the plastic wrap. So just get those tabs off of there, And then when your plastic wrap is on here, of course this is like 4 layers thick, your bar will just seat down. Otherwise, it's going to sit on top and you're going to have a problem reconnecting it to the cage. And since it's here, this is the plastic wrap I'm talking about. It's just a roll I got at our local hardware store. And so far I've covered three IBCs. This is the 4th. How much I've got left. I think I should get close to all of our IBCs done with this. I'm using, this is 10 feet once it's open, wide. I've been using 10 by 12. That's worked for me. I've heard some people use 10 by 14. Again, I'm trying to use as small amount as possible to conserve. And it's just a matter of rolling it out and seeing what you need to use. I end up cutting some off. It's not a perfect fold. Matter of fact, Sammy's coming here in a little bit and I may have her help me get this. It's like trying to wrap an octopus sometimes, even though it doesn't seem like it. Alright, so I'm going to work on letting this dry, and when we come back, we'll show you the wrapping process. Be right back. So Sammy and I got the tank back in. It's all taped up. I probably do a little touch up on the spray because, as I had mentioned, it does get nicked, which is why I don't want to spray the tanks entirely. I'm just putting back these crossbars in. Remember, we cut the plastic part out here so that I could get them in, otherwise I couldn't. And that's it. It's that simple. I mean, it is well worth the little bit of time it takes you to get this done, so you do not have to battle the dreaded algae, because it is a pain to clean. So this is all new to us. As we go forward, we'll see how long wrapping in black plastic takes us to not have algae growth. Boy, I'd be thankful if it was a couple of years, and so would the dogs. They'd be thankful too. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I cut the top. All you do when you open up the top is your plastic is stretched over it tightly. You cut an X and you just pull it back. I tuck it under and tape it. And then same for the spigot. Give me a hand, Sam, get this turned around so we can show everybody. Same for the spigot. The plastic, when we pulled over it, I just cut it away around here and slowly ease it around. And then what you see is the plastic and the spray paint, and I just tape around that too so no light filters in. You saw I didn't completely cover the bottom. Don't need to, because the bottom is already covered. So there you have it. That is wrapping an IBC, at least 5 Dog Farm way. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a question or a comment, leave it below. Obviously, Wyatt has many comments. But if you have a question or a comment, go ahead and leave it below. Life of a Homesteader. Always a back-talking animal. I appreciate you watching this video. This is Nikki D from 5 Dog Farm. I'll talk to you soon.